The sky was a dull slate gray as rain drizzled over the empty streets of Oak Ridge, a town people often passed through without a second glance. At a bus stop on Main Street, a young girl named Sophie clutched her mother's hand, her small fingers trembling. Her mother, Rachel, was worn thin from endless night shifts and bills that never seemed to stop coming. The umbrella they carried did little to shield them from the chill. A group of teenage boys approached, their laughter sharp and echoing against the wet pavement. One kicked a puddle near Rachel's feet, water splashing onto her shoes. She didn't react, her shoulders stooped with exhaustion and quiet resilience. But the boys weren't done. One grabbed her arm roughly, yanking it as if she were an object, not a person. Sophie's eyes widened, fear freezing her in place. Then movement caught the corner of her vision. Across the shelter, a man emerged from the shadows, tall, calm, and deliberate. A black German shepherd walked beside him, its eyes scanning the boys with an intensity that made the laughter falter. The stranger's presence alone seemed to pause the world. The wind stilled, the rain hung mid-air, and for the first time that afternoon, the boys sensed a boundary they couldn't cross. This man was Jack Callahan, retired Navy SEAL and former canine handler. His dog, Titan, had teeth and training built for situations most people couldn't imagine. And right now, they were focused entirely on 3 bullies: Ethan, Logan, and Bryce. Sons of wealthy families who believed power came from privilege, not kindness. Rachel had lived a life of quiet endurance. Her husband, a firefighter, had died 3 years prior, saving lives in a warehouse fire, leaving her to navigate the world alone with Sophie. Every morning she rose before sunrise, packing lunches and getting Sophie ready for school before heading to her cleaning job at a law firm. The pay was low, the work endless, but she had no choice. Sophie was her reason to endure. Yet Oak Ridge High had not been kind to Sophie. The boys mocked her thrifted clothes, cheap lunch, and quiet demeanor. Teachers looked the other way. Administrators issued warnings, but never consequences. The torment escalated until the bus stop that rainy afternoon became the tipping point. Ethan shoved Sophie's backpack, tearing it slightly, while Logan mocked Rachel's worn coat. Bryce laughed as he splashed water at Sophie's shoes. Rachel stood firm, holding Sophie close, whispering that pain passed if it was not fed. But some pain did not pass. It hunted. Jack stepped forward, calm as a storm waiting to break. Titan growled low, the sound rolling over the wet pavement. The boys froze, the weight of consequences finally pressing down. "Back off," Jack said, his voice steady, controlled. The boys looked at one another, sensing the danger, and for the first time fear edged their arrogance. With a flick of his wrist, Jack signaled Titan. The dog advanced, not recklessly, but with precise authority, teeth bared just enough to make the threat clear. Ethan's face paled. Logan stumbled back. Bryce whispered an apology that died in the rain. Rachel's knees trembled as relief flooded her. Sophie clung to her mother, tears mixed with raindrops. No words were needed. The lesson had been delivered. Some cruelty demands accountability, and kindness alone cannot shield against all harm. That day, in the gray drizzle of Oak Ridge, the world had paused and witnessed courage in its many forms. Rachel's endurance, Sophie's quiet strength, and Jack's calm authority intersected, leaving an imprint on a town that often ignored what truly mattered. The boys would not forget the rain, the man, or the dog. They would remember that some pain has limits, and some heroes walk quietly among us, waiting for the right moment to act. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to get updates on new video.